Hello. Namaste, guys. This is Twin Planes Undercover. I've already pulled most of the cards, all right? So I'm going to do 9 cards for the masculine on the top row, and then I've done 9 cards for the feminine, and then I'm going to do what's in between them. So I'm just going to link them up when in the middle row, okay? So what's going on here is I'll just start so far with the masculine spread, okay? So the bottom of the deck on the masculine spread is the Emperor, and this is like the Little Prince Tarot. I've never come across it, this deck, in any other reader. I just found it on Alibaba, and I really liked it. So okay, so what I like about this deck is kind of innocent, and it's kind of man related too. It's like the kind of concurring character is mostly male. So this is the 5 of Cups, so this is like devastation, desolateness, regret, just feeling desperate, like having lost some relationship or something. Then we have the 7 of Wands, so he's kind of fighting off people and marking his territory and feeling defensive. And then the 10 of Swords, in this depiction, it looks like maybe the animal died or something. Yeah, but there's a kind of under threat anyway. There's something bad after happening, and it could literally be his dog dying. Could be something like that. So he's has some regret over things, and he's feeling defensive, and then the next thing his dog dies. It's like 3 in a row, you know. And this is the 5 of Pentacles being left outside. So this is like labor, so they're manning the farm or whatever it is, and it looks like the little boy is working with the sheep, and there's a well, so it's just like maintenance. But also the 5 of Pentacles is being left outside, so that would be like labor intensive work, like, you know. It's great to have an intellectual post where you don't have hard labor work, but this is like physically demanding work. But it's also about bonding with his son, and you know, just passing on his intuitions to his son. Then there's 1, 2, 3. Here's the 10 of Pentacles. So this is like, I get the impression from this straight away that he's living with his son, or that he's separated and living with his son. I don't know if that's even true, but that's just the impression I'm getting from the storyline here. And but it also says that he's stabilizing finances if it's the 10 of Pentacles, but like that he's content with what he has. And he's like looking into the future. And here we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. So we have the Hanged Man. So this is kind of being undecided about something. It's like the plane is broken, and like he's had almost an injury, but he's had a close call, and he's waiting to get out of a difficult situation. So he's in a waiting game. he's playing the waiting game. And then so then we have the Tower, and this is like utter kind of devastation. It's like not expecting the plane to crash, but it looks like they're not too high above land that they'll probably make it. But this could literally be as well a car breaking down, or it could literally be a car breaking down, you know, or a flight cancelled, or something like that. And then we have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is interesting here. There's the Mediterranean here. So it could be like on holidays, and then the Queen of Swords I think represents the feminine in his life, or maybe he's thinking about her, or because she's reading the book. But I get a sense of telepathy in this as well, that she's kind of studying it and thinking about what's going on. And then the last is the Four of Cups. So just feeling a sense of boredom with what he has. Like he's not like satisfied with what's going on. So I'll just go through. Before I go through the feminine side now, I'm going to put out the row that joins them, so it'll be the middle row. Alright, hang on there now. I'm gonna do one shuffle. I'm gonna do one shuffle. Anyway, as I'm shuffling, I'll say just I know, just as myself, I have a lot of doubt in it at the moment, and I have a lot of doubt in myself in terms of how much of the past is real and how much of it is illusory, you know. And so I'm trying to kind of measure how much attention I should be giving any of it, you know. Let's see now. Okay, so one more shuffle. But I just kind of wanting to come out of these kind of very strange feelings I'm having about it at the moment. Like, just coming out of my sense of isolation, you know. Okay, so I'm ready to go. Hang on. 1, 2, 3. Two pentacles. Page of pentacles. Okay, let me see. Okay. Ching ching. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with the deck. And I'll lay the cards out first just for convenience. Alright, so first card is the Eight of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Judgment, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Judgment, the Ace of Swords, the Hanged Man, the Eight of Wands, Strength card, King of Wands, Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. There's almost one in every row, I think. Okay, so under the 5 of Cups, we have the 8 of Cups. So this would say that he's sad about leaving. Isn't that interesting? Could be like he's sad about leaving. And then at the bottom we have the 9 of Cups, and that's about independence traditionally. It's a terrible depiction, this card, because your one's being like abducted by your man, and the pigeons are drinking out of her cup. So it's very feels very inauspicious. But generally the 9 of Cups, well, sometimes it could be about greed. Maybe that's what it's about here. But the 9 of Cups is about independence and satisfaction. Like, you know, you get your, it's like a wish card. And then we have the 7 of Wands, so he's being defensive and territorial. And then we have the Page of Cups, so this could be a child. This could be a child or makes me think of a child, like a son, or maybe a child or someone younger than them that's important. And then we have 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. So it's like a new enterprise, working together. Like you need the performer, the audience, you know, and there's like a third party overseeing it then as well, like a manager or so. This is like any unfairness that's happening with this, him being defensive, any unfairness like that will come to light and be exposed. And with the 9 of Cups just slipped out there now again here. And this is a better symbol of the 9 of Cups, in my opinion. So yeah, I think anything that he's defensive about will come to light and be seen. Will be seen, and that he, you know, he'll be kind of back in business and he won't have to be so defensive, you know. Because these cards kind of represent the feminine as well. So so let me see, there's it's regret and walking away. So this could be like the feminine walking away as well. Maybe it's the feminine as well, as she feels that he's like this kind of such creepy sultan that's wasting her cups. You know, the kind of, you know, the creepy sultan, because he knows things about her that no one does, and he's kind of privy to things that he probably shouldn't be privy to relative to their established relationship. So maybe she does feel like intruded upon, you know. So the feminine's kind of feeling intruded upon, and he's feeling humiliated about that. So it's like the 8 of Cups is like walking away, but she's kind of in the middle of everything. She's kind of like equidistant from him, almost like, you know, like it's a kind of like a hanged man. So he's defensive here, and the next thing, there's something enterprising here happening with the 3 of Pentacles. Maybe for the feminine as well, that she's kind of getting back to focusing on career and things like that. You know, maybe he's feeling defensive about his career because he's had a few losses, or, you know, then we have the 10 of Swords, was what I was saying earlier, that maybe he has an injured pet or something and he's feeling attacked. And then we have the Judgment card. Judgment card. So the Hermit. So the feminine's response then is like the Hermit. So he's feeling judged and like cursed almost. And they're both seem to be awaiting judgment, or they're judging each other, or they're judging themselves. And this is the feminine here, the Hermit, and the feminine is being studious. And it looks like there's a photo of a partner there. So like I don't think that the masculine is far from her thoughts. Or maybe the masculine isn't far from hers. But it's like the masculine is seeking transformation here. I think they both are. And so this was the card here that I spoke about, the mountain, the cold, and the hard labor. And this is the Ace of Swords, the truth. And actually that's the crow, and the crow can also be a representation of law, natural law, nature's law. And next thing we have the Three of Swords here, so this is like heartbreak. So I think any kind of indiscretions between them have been surfaced. Any indiscretions between them have surfaced, and it's becoming clear what their desires are, you know. It's like when someone's it's like, you know, it's like the Achilles heel of lovers, you know. It's like no matter what the circumstances are, no matter how much distance or barricades or people or institutions come between them, it's like if one of them is injured, the other will care, you know. So and I think that that's what's happening with the twins. Like here he's outside and he's in labor, maybe he's fallen short, or he's in danger, or maybe he's down on his luck, you know. And it's like Spirit is recognizing the truth of it, the truth of the situation. And it's like the feminine, even in the distance of their relationship, it's like she will still rescue him when if he falls, you know. And regardless of what the circumstances, you know, she would protect him, you know, regardless of what she may or may not get out of it, you know. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles here, and he's kind of satisfied, you know. It's like they've gotten used to the labor now, or, you know, they've gotten used to the hard work, and they're kind of becoming comfortable. They're kind of reaping the rewards of the hard work. And the feminine's response to this is like the Death card. So while he's kind of getting back on his feet, she's in the thick of transformation, or it could be the literal letting go of a loved one. So she's kind of in limbo, but I think they both are too, because even though he has his independence, it's still not the right time, because she's immersed in grief, you know. So he's still, even though he's gotten to a place where he's stable, he's still playing the waiting game, because she's immersed in grief and not in a position to engage with him anyway. So then we have the Hanged Man here. So there was like a plane crash, and the tower is next to it, so it really could be engine trouble, you know. So it's like he's crashed the car, and he's sitting on the side of the highway, and he's stuck inside in the car, and his phone is dead, and and he's kind of waiting for someone to kind of rescue him, you know. And then we have the Eight of Wands here, along with the Hanged Man. And the Eight of Wands is like news coming in really fast. And this could be like cosmic news as well. It could be like spiritual news of a spiritual kind, like spiritual information. And then Six of Pentacles then is like giving and receiving, you know, basic trade in the fair. And there's a lot of kind of role reversal here. Like I feel this is kind of the feminine getting back to work kind of, and he's stuck, and she was stuck a while ago in the grief, and now it's kind of role reversal there. He's stuck, and there's news coming in about her progress, let's say, and he doesn't know where to position himself. And then we have the Tower. So the Tower is coming in, and you know, this does to me represent car trouble. You know, like resources exhausted, you know, something neglected, you know, in the engine or whatever. And then we have the Strength card, so it's kind of having the courage to move on after that. And then we have the Eight of Wands again. So that's the Eight of Wands there, and it's the Eight of Wands again. So it's about news coming in. And I feel like she's aware of the news and he's oblivious to it. And she's like expecting the news. She's opening the curtains and getting changed, and he's completely oblivious to the news or how it's going to affect him, you know. And, you know, yeah. And then up here we have the Queen of Swords, which I said for him represented the feminine. Like, it could be justice too for him, that if there was something wrong with something corrupt that went wrong with the engine, that he would get recompense for it. And here we have the King of Wands, and underneath that is the Queen of Pentacles. So the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, these are kind of the first core cards, I think, in the group. Like, King of Pentacles. So, this could be a person that knows the both of them. So this is the Queen of Pentacles, it's like the feminine, and that's the masculine. And this is like the person in the middle that knows the both of them. You know, and he's kind of an in-betweener, but I feel like he hasn't revealed himself yet, you know. And then we have the Four of Cups, so getting bored with waiting and worrying about the rose blooming, worrying about time running out and not having enough time to manifest what he wants to manifest. And then we have the Three of Cups here, so this is like friendship. There's a kind of echoing of friendship here now, to say like that is friendship will reunite it, will clarify the situation. And then we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords. So this is like the seat on the heart part of the feminine side. Like the feminine is being deceitful, or is being had by other people. Like they're inviting her to a party and then they don't turn up. And I think there's a lot of that going on with the feminine at the moment, because there's massive resistance for the union, and there's massive resistance towards her happiness. And like, I think I'm gonna pull a couple of cards on this now from the same deck, because just to get some clarity on that. I can't end it there. Let me see. So I'm going to pull 3 cards on the 7 of Swords. So we've Justice, the 9 of Wands, and the Fool. So I'm gonna look at this now with you. Alright, so this was the last card for the feminine, right? And it was like, look, she's like, it was like she's invited to a party, right? And she got her hair done and everything. And she showed up to the hotel and no one's there. Or else they're all late, which is highly unlikely, you know? And even if she turned up early, it's still a bit dodgy that she turned up early and not arranged to meet them prior or whatever, you know? So, and then what we get in response to this is Justice. And this is like balancing the feminine and the masculine world with the top hat and the white roses. And Victory is the headless Victory. She was still alive after they beheaded her. So, and I feel like this feminine has been beheaded, you know? And like Justice is going to bring her back to life. And the next card here then we have is the 10 of Wands, which is like bird. And I think it's like the feminine knows what the story is behind the karmic relationship, right? And she knows that it's part of the masculine's wounding or whatever. And she's kind of observing it. And it's kind of like, you know, in one sense, she's kind of privy to it. And in another sense, she's separated from it. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's kind of painful to live with. Like, just being the in-between person, like, you know, having to observe it and know it and whatever, but you know, and having to live with it, this kind of thing, you know. So I do feel like there's something getting blown up about this. And then we have like the Fool. Look at the Fool. And I really think that that this is kind of like the masculine in his ego form. You know, he's like I feel like this is the masculine in his ego form. And it's almost like he wasn't even worth all that fuss and all that protecting and caring for him and all that stuff. It's like he wasn't even worth it, you know. And like there's like a kind of dancing fool, like kind of, you know, like it's like he's showing off, you know. And you know, the birds, the pigeons, they're now kind of represent gossip, like. And you know, the Tea Party, like the Mad Hatter, and he looks kind of drunk too. There's this kind of drunken thing about this drunken look of him, like he's trying to entertain people, like that it's all a big joke. Do you know what I mean? And but for the feminine, it's serious. Like, it's very serious for her because she's taken the brunt of it. Do you know? And so isn't that interesting now that popped up that way? This is kind of peeping out here now. I just want to look, see what it is. It's the 10 of Cups. It's the feminine, like living in the country. I love it myself. Living in the country, but with her animals, like growing her food, growing her roses. And with the foxes and stuff. There looks like volcanoes around her. And there's like grey roses in the background. They're almost like spirits, you know. So that's underneath the Emperor, and that was the deck I used for the masculine spread. I find this really reassuring for the feminine, right? This card. And then it's like sick that it's like he's rubbing my nose in it, like, or rubbing our nose in it and involving the family and stuff. So it means that any kind of business contract she could have with her family is really contrived, you know? Or any business relations that they have with the family is kind of contrived. And so I kind of want to pull 3 more cards here for this last card of the Fool. Like, just let me see now. So this is the image of having to live with the drama of their relationship or whatever, and just his kind of like antic disposition. I want to say, like, this kind of falsehood, and just to see I'm gonna pull 3 cards just to see what lies underneath that, right? So, okay. Right, okay. Just let me see now. So this six of Pentacles, right? Knight of Swords. So, okay, so here we have like the reunion card for the six of Pentacles. And a big passionate kiss and stuff. And her hat is falling off the edge of the boat. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So like I was saying earlier on, in terms of business, like, and then we have this guy, the Knight of Swords. So I don't know, it's like the dream is the reunion, and then that money is coming in terms of enterprising. But I also feel that, like, he's helping to cut some of the cords in relation to some of these things that are happening. That puts the feminine in a difficult position. No pun intended. And yeah, don't know, like, this is kind of like the dream come true, you know? But it's like, instead of the Joker side, drunken Joker, it's something kind of more serious going on with the Knight of Swords. Something more formal. And, you know, I even get that it may even just be kind of a kind of friendship thing where he's just looking out for her. But, you know, I feel he's kind of taking more of a formal role there. Yeah, I might just have a look at this Tower one as well. I'll try pulling from the same deck now. I'm going to pull 3 cards on the Tower. So we have the Hermit, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Wands. The Hermit and the Queen of Cups makes me think, like, it's like he's spending too much time alone, right? Or he's spending time away from his partner and exploring cosmic things, out there things, the stuff that he's really interested in. And she's kind of sitting at home, like, scheming about it. And then it's like the Six of Wands is like maybe he wins a case against her or something, or he gets to be with the children more or something like that. Like, I don't see any children in this card. It's, you know, whereas this is like the masculine doing what he's passionate about and sharing it with his kids. So I'm going to pull, let's pull a 3 on this karmic vision. 5 of Swords, 8 of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. Five of Swords is like being attacked, and then this it's the 8 of Cups is separation, and the King of Pentacles is like keeper of his own land, kind of learning to go slowly. King of Pentacles. I do feel that there is a kind of sternness about her there. Like she's purely there for a show, kind of formalities and show and stuff. And he's kind of dying to run off into the wild and do fun stuff. And there's a kind of veneer about her as well, like that's formal. I don't know what else I have to offer you guys. I do think this is kind of good progress here. It's a 6 of Wands. And the coin is involved too, so making exchanges, and the Knight of Swords. So it's like his role in your life is going to be more formal. In the interim, you know. I think that's everything. I think that's everything I've got. Okay, I'll pull 3 cards from the other deck on this one here, alright? So we've got another Ace of Pentacles after that one. And the 6 of Cups, so that's a reunion again. Is it Cups or Wands? Oh, it's the Lover's card, actually. It's not, it's neither, it's the Lover's card. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups, so that's a reunion card. Like, and then we have the Devil. That's funny. So, the Devil. Reunion and the Devil. So this is like about control. So this is kind of warning against letting the roles that you played in the past not control the future or the present moment. I also feel I'll just get another one on the Devil card. The 8 of Swords, feeling trapped, and the Queen of Swords. It's like the closer he gets to the feminine, the more trapped he feels. Like he's giving into some kind of temptation, but he doesn't realize that the feminine probably feels the same way. And the Queen of Swords as well kind of says that that the feminine isn't going to allow that she'll cut whatever cords are needed to cut from the past. Anyway, I think that's all I have for you guys. Anyway, that's a nice card to end on. The Lovers. The Lovers, the Ace of Pentacles. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, so namaste.